things are growing.
Yeah, they're starting to compete, in every match now. And so it's just a building process, and that's where they're at. And I think we got the right pieces in place to keep advancing on that year after year.
Yep. Well, again, too, I hope everybody is enjoying and tuning in right now as we get going on the Simmons Says show. We're not live. Hey, then. Well, welcome back. Yes, we are live now.
Yeah.
We had a folks post and tell us we had no sound, and no live video. So now we do.
Now
Great. All right. Well, back to what we were. I guess get back to what we were talking about with Kenny Chisholm and all the things with Boyd. Is I guess I'm very impressed with everything that Kenny's done and everything that he's helped out with on the middle school side because again he could have. There's a lot of things that go into all these programs and especially for volunteer coaches like we are at the Boyd program, and I think he's very appreciative of everything he does.
Absolutely. It takes a village. And right now I think we got a pretty good population.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. We're going to take a break real quick, and when we come back, we will see. We're going to reset with Tim Page. So we're going to take a break here on the Simmons Says Show.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I can't help it, baby. I just can't stand still. I was born to wander, and I probably always will. Better love me now. You know I won't be here long. Out yonder is calling.
Back to the Simmons Says Show here again, presented by Mud Bums Family Sports Grill, 507-2867, 507 Bums. We're here with Tim Page, Boyd Athletic Director, where again, too, the volleyball program started. We mentioned Mickey Ralph, who's starting cross country. How's that going right now? Because usually there's a couple of kids that'll be a standout. He's had some young kids over the last few years that have been particularly impressive in the cross country.
Yeah, again, it's the same with volleyball. The numbers are coming up. I know I talked to one of my future high school basketball players, Carson Bain. She's running. He was pretty impressed with her and her little brother, Jasper. So that's two new ones in the mix.
Yep.
But yeah, the numbers are coming up for every sport we have, and cross country. I think I can't remember when Mickey said last night that it was, but I think they're going to have like a joint practice type thing with Warren County Middle School.
Yeah.
Here pretty soon. So
yeah, well, we have to put him in touch with the coaches at the high school too. If he's got some high school runners, they're going to have a local cross country 5K run at the high school. So maybe he might be able to get out there and put some of the kids in there.
Yeah, I'd say if he knows about that, he'd probably do that because we every race that we run with our conference is in Nashville at the Hermitage. So
yeah. So it'd be nice to do one.
Do one closer. I'm sure they would appreciate that.
Yeah, and of course the kids would too.
Absolutely, the parents would.
The parents always are the ones that you got to think about there. So again, cross country starting up in the fall. You got volleyball running in the fall. Of course, basketball. We think of basketball as more of a winter sport, but with elementary basketball in Warren County and being in the Warren County Basketball League, it won't be long before the elementary starts. In fact, the 3rd through 5th grade basketball teams, I think, have some games
next week.
Next week.
They have they play Northfield.
Okay.
Next Tuesday, I think.
Next Tuesday, yeah.
First.
The first on, yeah.
September 1st.
I knew it was in the very start of September.
Yep.
So what's it going to be like watching that basketball team this year? Of course, last year, 3rd through 5th grade elementary division, the boys win the championship. The girls finish second.
No.
So I mean, pretty good young nucleus of basketball players in both programs right now.
Yeah, and I'd say we're typical of any other school in the county when it comes to the level of talent that you have. Is kind of like an ebb and flow. You got you'll have a couple of years where you got some really good athletes that carry the program. And then as they move up, you have to have another year or two of rebuild, and that's kind of where the boys are at this year.
Mm-hmm.
Losing a good majority of the starters and players from last year up to the middle school level. Obviously, that's going to make the middle school better.
Yep.
But our elementary boys will kind of be rebuilding this year. Some athletes. Just not as much experience. And the girls will be, they've got some experience, to say the least.
Pretty good,
in
pretty
that
good
level.
summer as well.
Yes, they had something like 30,
5 out of 7,
30 and 6 or something like that. Now that being said, it wasn't completely the 3rd through 5th grade team.
Yeah.
Some of those, were out of county. Players on Revolution, but for the most part, the good majority of the team was the 3rd through 5th grade team. Was the 4th graders that are going up to 5th grade.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they played something like 8 tournaments and won 6 of them. Or
finished second. Finished second. They played 8 tournaments, finished 1st and 6th, and
second
and the other two. Yeah.
So I had a great time there, and again too, looking to start that out. I can't believe that's next week.
I know, and it's especially for somebody who's the game administrator for most of these things. I can't either, because it goes from really having nothing to being full blast. Right at the beginning.
Yeah, well, again, all the people that are out there that can want to follow anything about that, you can on Facebook, Boyd Christian Schools Athletics page, which always has an update about everything that's going on, including last night with the volleyball game. The volleyball teams, again, back in action tonight, going to go to Murfreesboro for a matchup with Legacy Athletics, which would be a conference matchup, TSIA matchup. Give us a little bit of update on what's going on with the TSIA, because it seems like it's evolving every year. Sometimes last year it kind of split the South and North. This year I think they've remerged the South and North, but you got a lot more teams, particularly in basketball, that have added in. So I know you probably don't have everybody's names off the top of your head, but there's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember several years ago, probably right before I got there, it was called the MTAC.
Yeah,
Middle
that was
Tennessee
actually
Athletic
what
Conference.
they joined into once they left the TWS in 2012.
So MTAC disbanded. I think one of the guys, 2 of the people that were there with MTAC, wanted to create a more TSSAA type organization with a little oversight, with a little, trying to get districts, regions, then have a state tournament. So kind of modeling it somewhat after the TSSAA for independent schools, private schools, homeschool organizations, things like that. So with that, as you can imagine, to be able to get to that point would take several years, in the making. And I think that's kind of where we're at now. You also remember a few years back the TNCAA.
Yeah.
A lot of those teams are now coming over and playing in TSIA.
Yeah, I saw Madison Academy.
Yep, Madison Academy. Yep.
I think John Edwards
Classical. Yep. So a lot of those are starting to come over. So when we first started out, there were only a certain amount of teams, and you pretty much had to play everybody because it was 8 teams in the conference. Now that's more than doubled.
Oh yeah, I think there's more teams than that in each division now.
Yeah. So now I think what they are trying to do, as you'll notice in some of the sports, there's a South 1 and a South 2, a North 1 and a North 2. I think that is kind of the branch of where they're looking to get to. And then we have started the district tournament. Into the state tournaments. They have focused that state tournament into a central location at Welch College in Nashville. So there's, you can see kind of how
it's our glass house.
There you go. You can see kind of how it's going as of now.
Yeah.
Is you have your district tournament that's still localized at the higher seed, and then you have the finals and the consolations that are there at one school. That kind of rotates. And then you have the state tournament that's at Welch.
I think if they're going to end up split, it was something you and I talked about last year, where if they're going to split the districts up in the season, but then mix them immediately into the tournament, I think we just need to crown a regular season district champion and then just call those the region tournaments.
Yeah,
because really what they're doing is in the season we did this last year. We went and played, and we were technically the 2 seed in the district, which with a tiebreaker that made 0 sense. Again, TSIAA coin flips is just
they changed
alone.
That.
Did they?
Yeah, they changed.
Shocker.
Yeah, yeah, they changed that. There's that's the last case now.
Point differential made a lot more sense considering that it's like, these 2 teams played. They were both 7-1, and when they met against one another, one of them won by 35, and the other one won by 6. I'm like, maybe that should be taken into account.
And when they won by 6, the other team had 2 people out. So
I'm not using that as an excuse for loss.
But that's it. In the end, there's a definite difference there.
Yeah. So,
that's kind of how they're looking at going. The more the conference spreads out to the east and west.
Yeah.
I think that's when they'll really break down and start having a region. I think what the goal is to have an east region, a central region, and a west region.
That'd be nice.
And then that way, here's a funny thing. So in our district this year is a team that's been in the TSIA the entire time we've been in it.
Yeah.
But we've never played.
Yeah.
Highland Rim.
Yeah, in Cookeville.
Guess who the closest school that we could ever play is?
It's them.
Highland Rim. And we've never played them.
Never played them.
They've been in the north, we've been in the south.
Yeah.
Well, now they've got that in our district, which makes sense. We
played them in volleyball last week.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So we are. I think they're moving in the right direction. Mm-hmm. There's growing pains as one could imagine. I mean, with that many teams and new teams coming in it each year, you're kind of going to have to change up the format.
Yeah.
Year by year to accommodate what makes sense.
Yeah, I think.
What makes sense? Yeah. Us not going to play in Dixon.
Yeah.
Columbia, 2 hours away.
Yeah,
that's what makes sense, and
I
so they are getting away from
Dixon
that.
I don't think Dixon really likes making the return trip either.
No, that last year, they
said, we're good.
I mean, 2 hours. I mean, that's a long way.
It is unreal. We've talked about it multiple times, including the fact that at some point there was a second school in Dixon County that was starting to build up. I don't know if I think they were in the middle school division and said they were going to eventually play. Yeah. They were saying they were going to play junior varsity for 2 years. They should be getting close to being in it. It was like Knowledge or something like that. I had to go back and look.
Winchester?
No, Winchester's not Fayetteville.
Yeah, okay.
Or Winchester's not Fayetteville, obviously. They're down there. I'm talking about Dixon County had 2 teams. We went to that conference meeting and they said they're adding in.
Yeah, that's right.
So at some point they're going to have 2 teams up there.
Well,
there's more strength in the north.
There is another independent conference. What is it? TACS or TA?
It's in the C.
Yeah, and so there's that conference. Can you imagine that? Because it's kind of all over the state.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Mount Pisgah.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they play in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a team in Memphis.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
That they have to play.
It's unreal.
Can you imagine if we had to go to Memphis and play?
No. No.
If it wasn't a tournament.
In fact,
if it wasn't a holiday tournment,
I'd opt out. Nope, sorry, coach.
Yeah, that'd be a forfeit.
Not even a forfeit. I'd just be like, "You're going, I'm not." I'll watch it. Somebody put up a camera.
It'd be streaming. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, but you've seen a lot of different things over the last, now 7, going to be 8 years as athletic director. But one thing that you seem like that you've seen more than anything, especially locally, is growth.
Yeah,
growth in the athletic program, the growth in the amount of sports offered in the athletic program, including, now baseball is going to be added in. High school baseball making its return after middle school made a debut last year. So a lot of those kids now moving up to the high school level. Soccer in the last few years has made its return in co-ed and played very well. Of course, flag football. Everybody's on the flag football trend right now. Flag football team for the Lady Broncos debuted last year, had 10 wins in the first season. And now it seems like, because of the interest level at the school, that it's not just going to be a high school program. Going to have a Lady Broncos flag football.
We'll be having tryouts here pretty soon.
Middle school tryouts. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. When do you think that you might be able to start playing maybe some home flag football games?
There's a lot of logistics goes into that.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's one of two ways. Obviously, we've got a field for it.
Yeah.
It would require some some work done on it as far as bleachers and lights and things like that.
I think lights will probably be the overwhelmingly toughest thing to do.
That's the biggest thing.
Because you're sharing it at the middle of soccer season. Soccer obviously already works around. So at some point, you're just like, I can't be do both.
Yeah, that and there's also the look at is co-op or not co-oping, but sharing a field.
A
possibility.
Yeah.
That's things we'll continue to look at. First of all, we want to grow the program and get it standing to where it's a program that's sustained year after year. And once we can prove that, because it's really hard, with a small school to put that amount of money, that amount of resources into something, that you never know. You never know. You may have 25 kids this year, and you may have 3, in 3 years. So to put that kind of effort and resources in that's a little tough. The one thing is we want to make sure that our kids have the opportunity to pursue a sport that they're interested in, as long as we have the numbers and the people available and willing to play. And I think we have an overwhelming number of people ready to play flag football this year.
Yeah. Who's going to be coaching? You again? Taking it over?
Yeah, I think so.
You found a volunteer yet?
Well, I got a little extra time on hand, so.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, you just retired. You got plenty of time. What are you doing? You can coach. You can coach every sport now.
No.
Yeah, I think I heard you were taking over cross country.
No, absolutely not, Mickey. Not a chance. Not a chance. That's yours.
Assistant coach.
That's yours, my friend.
No, yours kind of. It's not like you're completely free. You found another role. We'll talk about that here in a second. But no, going back to what you were talking about with the flag football, or just in general, all the sports that are being added over there. Do you feel like, obviously enrollment's up.
Yeah.
Enrollment's been up a tremendous amount in the 8 years that you're going. In fact, it feels like it's almost got to the point where it's doubled.
I think it's very close to double. I think when I started, there was right at 100, a little less than 100.
Yeah.
And now we're right around that 190 mark or so.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pushing towards really. Yeah. Just getting to the point where you're like, hey, we're going to expand the school over here. Which I think's been
well, you just look at the gym last night.
Yeah. It's unreal.
Not a lot of room.
Not a lot of room at all. But again, too, kids are coming in. I think, K through 8's about almost. I think there's wait lists in a couple of grades, if not multiple grades.
Yeah, there's wait lists in multiple grades, I think.
Yeah. So again, too, Boyd Christian School. Seems like it's a lot of things going well, including the athletics. We've stalled long enough. We're going to have to talk a little bit about the fact that we do coach a team over there. But before we talk about it, let's talk about Mud Bums Family Sports Grill, which will be opening here in just a second. 507-2867, 507 Bums. If you want to give them a call right now, get your lunch ordered, and then drive through and go pick it up. Be quick, easy, and efficient. Going to get you a good lunch at Mud Bums Family Sports Grill. Also, too, before we get into our team, Dustin and them, man. They're working out.
Yeah.
They're getting after it. I think they're trying to set the tone.
I think so.
The Bronco way over there.
I think so. They I see the kids coming in after condition, and every one of them needs a towel to dry off.
Yeah, I think they need a bucket too.
Yeah, no kidding.
You might need to take a bucket out there with them.
Yeah, he's got them in shape. Him and Trey, Coach Cantrell as well for the middle school. They're kind of conditioning together.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all the teams over there are working really hard. and it's just trying to take it to another level. I mean, I'd be crazy if I didn't, mention the level of work that Brian Reed has put into the elementary boys program. Haley coming in, with the elementary girls this year.
Mm-hmm.
She's put in a ton of time. Her and Misha Cathcart has put in a lot of time with those girls over the course of the summer, over the course of the training leading up to it. They're still, I think they've had Preston Smith come in a few times and do drills and work with them.
Coach P.
It is
nothing.
It is nothing that they aren't getting a lot of work in. I mean, they're putting the time and putting the effort in. It starts from the coaches and it goes all the way down to the players. I mean, this is got a year where the girls are wanting to come in. I know we're hell ahead.
Yeah.
Our girls are wanting to come in at 6:30 in the morning and shoot.
Yeah, it's unreal.
I
saw we were talking about it.
Not one. It's like the whole team.
Yeah. It's been unreal to see the commitment level. And you just said something I think this is the advantage of being a K-12 school, where everybody they're around each other a lot. Also the coaches and everybody's working towards one common goal. Is you just said it, Brian Reed, Trey Cantrell, Dustin Curtis. Those guys are almost in coordination of everything that they're doing from 3rd grade to 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I already know. I mean, you were an assistant coach on the 3rd grade team last year. So on the girls basketball side, from 3rd grade to 12th grade, they're running the same offenses. They're running the same defenses. They're running very similar inbounds plays. In fact, now we did invert a little bit.
Yeah.
That there were some inbounds plays that you liked
in particular,
that they started running third and fifth. I kind of like that.
And when we ran it in the summer, it
worked really well. But you start seeing a lot of that coordination and cohesion, and it's also like you said, it bleeds over. Every time that a group takes it on themselves to, hey, we're going to start doing this.
Yep.
You start seeing another group say, well, hey, we're not going to be outworked.
Yep. That's it. And with Coach Shipley coming down during the week, and doing a 2-hour skills clinic. All of our girls are at that.
Yeah, I think there was close to 20 kids over there on Saturday.
Yeah, and from all around, from Coffee County, from Westwood, from Warren County, from Boyd, from wherever. It doesn't matter. It's an opportunity for kids to get better.
Yeah, and they're out there in the gym. But yeah, what's it been like with you obviously thrive. This is no big deal for you to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning over at the gym. But I have been very impressed with the fact that, as you said, of our varsity high school team, I think our attendance has been 80% or above every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they're there early.
Mm-hmm.
They get changed. They come out and do their form shooting.
Yeah.
Then we go through about 5 different drills.
Yeah.
Over the course of the morning. Takes almost exactly an hour, and then gives them time to get to class. So they do it. Right now the last couple of weeks they've done it 4 days a week, and that's pretty impressive. Because what do kids like to do?
Yeah, sleep.
They like to sleep.
They should be sleeping.
Yeah, and so most of them would say, "Hey, can we do this at night?"
Yeah.
No, they wanted to do it in the morning. And so it's impressive that the commitment that they have. And how much they care about one another. They enjoy spending time together, and that's an opportunity for them to spend time together. And we combine that, and we've had some of the middle school girls that are going to be playing up a little bit on JV and stuff that's come up and been there as well. And you see the numbers. I keep track of everything for their drills, and you see it when they started, and you see it now, and it's night and day.
Yeah, well, you also told me, what was it the other day, that over the course of the summer, and of course, when we say 80%, I mean, we're talking about, like, right now there are 7 varsity high school basketball players. Now, adding in some of the middle school kids that will be adding in, we'll have 11.
Yeah,
probably
11 or 12.
11 or 12 when it comes to that. But you said in those 7 kids, it hit something in the range of 6,000 threes.
Yeah, they're probably
in the last month and a
now.
half or something like that. So now it's up to 7,000 with the morning work. So 7,000 threes, about as many free throws. I mean, a lot of shooting going on.
Yeah. Oh, you've seen. You can look at percentages are just in a steady climb.
Yeah.
and that's going to be important come November. More importantly, come March.
It's actually it's something that we talk about with coaching all the time. We talk with the kids all about it all the time. Is making shots kind of makes everybody better basketball players.
Yep. Yep. And when you've got
when you can put 5 kids on the court that can make shots from anywhere,
that's hard to defend.
Yep.
I mean, what do you play?
Yeah.
They already play pretty well against a man defense.
Mm-hmm.
And now you just want to sit back into a zone.
Trying to run people out of zones.
And you've got 5 people that can consistently hit outside perimeter shots.
Yeah.
You got to pick your poison, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, we're just going to be out there. We're just going to be jacking threes all year.
Hey, the way they're shooting right now, probably not going to argue too much about it.
I've had that conversation with them a lot. I was like, hey, if you're open, shoot it. I don't care. So we have to take open shots.
Yep.
That said, we probably work the ball in the middle.
Yeah.
There is that one.
Yeah, we still have it. Yeah.
That everybody talks about.
Did everybody ask before the game? Is she a senior yet?
Yeah.
Is she a senior yet?
Yes. This year, the answer to that question will finally
that will be yes.
Yes, Brooke Kesey, who we're referring to, who outside chance of scoring 3,000 points in her career.
Has a chance.
What's already the all-time leading scorer in school history, both in the girls' side and just overall. In school history. What's it been like? I mean, she's been a steward of the program for the last 3 years. This will be her final year at Boyd Christian. What has it been like coaching Brooke throughout this entire process?
I've never worked with somebody that has as much interest in improving and in getting better and being in the gym as Brooke. I mean,
which gym?
Both. I would say 6 months ago, a year ago, I could probably beat her in both gyms.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure I can beat her in either gym. And
she's a workout warrior.
So that she's committed.
Yeah.
She's committed, and I think we've talked about it before. Is don't try to be somebody you're not. Don't try to be something more than you can be. Just be the best you can be.
Yeah.
And we've talked about at the end when you're a senior, if you can walk away saying, I was the best Brooke Kesey that I could be. I think that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
And I think she's trying to be the best Brooke Kesey she can be. And then when she leaves, she can say, I tried everything I could.
Yeah.
I did everything I could, and I'm satisfied with where I was at.
Yeah. Again, too, it's been a pleasure coaching Brooke. She's obviously a tremendous athlete.
Yeah.
We knew that from the very start that she was a tremendous athlete. She's turned herself into a tremendous basketball player.
Yep.
Over the last few years. Again, every time that she comes back every year, she's a little bit better. She's a little bit stronger. She always adds a little bit more to her game. We've been talking about for years how we really think that she could expand her range out to the three-point line. She's shooting the ball incredibly well right now in all of our training. If we can get that converted over to the game, we already know she's a good mid-range scorer. She's probably one of the most feared post players in our conference on the block. The only people that could argue that would even fight for that are the
Twin Towers,
the 5-star committed to Vanderbilt, and the other 4-star committed. They're talking
somewhere
to
out west,
Power 5 schools.
Yeah.
So other than those two, she's probably got the claim of being the best on the block.
Yeah.
In the conference. So yeah,
she's the one that coaches consistently say, hey, I ain't got nothing for her. We're
do triple teams.
But that's why I know that's what they say. And they said we're just gonna try to limit everybody else.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different strategies, John. And again, too, I will say this: I've been one of the nicest things that's happened throughout the years and throughout in the conference is I think there's been a general consistency that we've seen throughout with some of our opponents that they're really putting in a lot of effort to get a lot better.
Yeah.
That I think that this conference in general is, we hear the stigma around Warren County all the time where we're like, hey, y'all aren't playing anybody. I was like, well, one, we go out of our way to go schedule outside of our own conference. We understand that there are teams in our conference that if you come watch us
we played some pretty good teams in the summer.
Yeah, we play a lot of the same. I can get this.
Sevier County's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, severe case. Yeah,
They're pretty good.
Playing against the reigning 4A state champs in the
they're pretty
summer.
good.
Yeah, do stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's the thing that I've been most pleased with. Of course, Robbie France, people know him from Warren County. He's over there at Riverside. They actually were the district champions in the tournament last year. They got that little feather in the cap. We're gonna have to try to work. We're going to work really hard to get that back.
Yeah.
But we talked to Lancaster's coach. They're playing a lot more summer ball. Of course, Clarksville Christian, who's the
Franklin Road's always
Franklin
got
Road's
a few
always,
that's working in the summer as well. And
I think you're starting to see that
Legacy.
Legacy went out, and I think they've not only have they improved the program, they went out and improved their numbers.
Yeah.
Which is one way to do it. I mean, hey, listen, it's high school. Hey, high school sports now.
Yeah.
If you're not doing that, you're behind the times.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of it. We might be behind the times.
Yeah,
we didn't go and do any of that.
No, we're
we stayed pat.
But we have a positive pipeline.
Yeah, we got a lot of kids coming up, though. It's going to be in good shape. But again, too, it's just been. It's been nice to see the conference kind of take a step up and everybody in the league start to take, even we played against Pat Summitt's niece
Pleasant View
in the tournament last year and ended up that was cool. We was getting to watch our kids actually make it on like Channel 4 News or Channel 5, whichever channel it was. They were actually there. We got to the game. It was the funniest thing. We get to the game. And there's like film crews everywhere. And I'm like, I was like, what's going on tonight? I was like, I was waiting for like a halftime show.
Yeah.
Or I was like, either that or I was like, they've heard about us. Obviously, they've heard about us. This is what they must be doing. And then they had no clue.
Nope.
Had no clue the entire time. We played a really good game.
Even after we left, still had no clue.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why they were here filming. There's, obviously, if everybody saw there was some anchors from the news channels were like, well, they're definitely here to do something.
Yep.
We had no clue. Then ended up going, and it came out.
And then when they didn't talk about us, we figured it wasn't.
Yeah, it was not us at all. And then we're at NACA like a week or 2 weeks later, and it finally comes out. And it was an homage to the coach of Pleasant View, who I think is like Pat Summitt's niece, and then her daughter's on the team, and she's obviously a very talented freshman. That we were trying to get the ball out of her hands at all times in that game and did a pretty good job of it. But I thought that was cool to just see because the highlight. I will have to have one beef with the highlight package of there. They like flash cut. Like showed all the things that they were doing. What was like, look, and they were scoring this, and then they flash cut to the end, and we had won by 30.
Yeah,
they're like, but it didn't go well that night. But don't worry, I'm like, oh, you could have got two highlights while you were at it.
No,
about how that ended up being 30. Like, come on.
They didn't want to take away from the story, I guess.
No, Well, we didn't.
Pat Summitt.
I also will say is if they didn't consult us.
No.
On what they were doing the story about, because if they would have, I would have been like, boys, it's going to be a tough story for y'all tonight.
Might take some creative writing.
Yeah, I was like, because we're here, we're trying to win we're trying to get to the state championship game. We need to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not here to play around.
No,
we're not here to be a part of somebody else's storyline.
No, especially Pat Summitt's niece.
Yeah. Hey, we had to honor the great Pat Summitt's legacy by playing really, really hard basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
We played really. Yeah, that was a fun game. That was an interesting ride up there. I think I remember telling you about that.
Yeah, it's forever.
Got caught in traffic.
Speaking of 2 hours.
Had a road rage incident.
Oh, yeah.
Right in front of me.
Yeah.
Saw a guy with a gun.
Yeah.
Pull a gun on another guy.
That. Yeah.
It's the craziest thing ever.
That's a 2-hour drive for you. You never know what you're going to see in that 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
That, Clarksville, Dixon, those are all the other ones you don't have to do anymore unless it's in the...
Yeah, I think I had 2 or 3 of the girls on the team with it. We always carpool. I think you had half the team. I think I had the other half of the team.
Yep.
I'm literally looking there. They're like, "Hey, stop!" I'm like, "No!" I was like, "We're driving past this as fast as we possibly can. We're not catching any strays here.
We got to get to the game."
Yeah, we got to get to the game. So that was a lot of fun. So we have you've kind of thrown it out there that you have retired from your job. Officially, I think starts in September.
Yeah, September 21st.
Yeah, they don't know right now, but you're actually you're on the clock right now. We're getting you some hours and everything like that. Yeah,
Lunch break.
Yeah. Oh, this is your lunch break?
Yep.
Oh, actually, you could probably throw out. I mean, this is tracking. Do you want to throw out any Navy facts for us? And then y'all have to do. And then Susan will be like, "Oh, Tim Page was on that."
No, that'd be funny.
Show.
That'd be funny. Yeah, that'd be funny.
But as we said, you haven't completely retired because now that you're picking up a new thing, and that is refereeing.
Yeah, I did.
People are starting to see you around the county. You've called some Warren County games. You called some middle school games. Said you're going to Crossville tonight.
Yeah, Stone Memorial tonight.
So what's it like? What's it like being an official after criticizing them for 7 years on the sidelines?
Oh man,
Do you have a new appreciation?
Yes, it's volleyball, and and I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's not as fast paced of a sport, or up and down the courts and or the field or whatever. And there's a whole lot more restrictions on in volleyball about a coach or somebody complaining to the officials.
Coaches, I don't even.
No,
coach can't even talk to the officials. Has to go straight through the captain.
Yep. Yeah, they had to call the captain over there. They tell the captain, and the captain goes.
The captain, hey, go over there.
Yeah. So there's a whole lot more that goes on into that in the volleyball.
Have you missed a call yet?
Oh yeah.
Have you? Oh, did you?
I'm not perfect.
Oh, have you? Did you realize it immediately?
Yeah, I did. And then I went to the other official and I was like, "Hey, man, I was like, I think I missed that." I said, "What do you think?"
Yeah,
and he goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, you should." and here's the craziest thing with volleyball that I've seen is you go to basketball games. We have basketball games. This would never fly in a basketball game. Assume that we were about to call or about to coach a Boyd Christian versus Franklin Road basketball game, and we're gonna get out there, and 2 officials are gonna show up, and then they're gonna pull 2 more officials just out of the stands.
Oh, I know.
And put them on one sideline and the other sideline, and say, now they're gonna call the sides,
yeah,
and we're gonna call the middle action.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Not only that, it's like. They're going to be the hometown fans.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that girl's parent.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's the craziest thing in the world to me is sitting there thinking that there's a fan there's a parent, or we can say an unbiased observer, which is never the case.
Anywhere.
In one corner, each side, they're calling the back line and the sidelines. Now they can be overruled, obviously. But I was thinking about that in basketball is what would happen if we showed up to say...
And then we needed 3 refs, but only 2 showed up.
Yeah, so here's what's going to happen is, we show up to Lancaster and Smyrna, and it's like, well, we're going to have 2 officials, and we've had some fun in Smyrna already. And then the 2 parents of Lancaster's players are going to stand in each corner opposite of one another, and they're going to call the baseline and the sideline out of bounds. There's no way. I would lose my. I started
to say you wouldn't make it out of a game.
Oh, I wouldn't make it to the start of the game. I get thrown out immediately. There's no way. Impossible. This is egregious.
That would not work in it. I mean, it wouldn't work in any other sport, really.
That'd be race Bobby time right there.
I mean, maybe I don't know, track, cross country, something like that. I mean, it's there's no situation where that works, but yet nobody complains.
Nobody ever says anything. No. I mean, you'll go, oh, come on now.
Yeah.
You got to give us that one.
It's amazing how the difference in the way and I've been lucky so far too, is because either I haven't been too bad, or the coaches have been really really respectful because I mean I've refed with Cannon County when they played Warren County. Yep. I've refed here at Warren County when they played Wilson Central. Aaron Stacy down at Cannon County. Yeah. All of those have been fantastic, even over at the middle school. I think most of them here anyway know me. Yeah. They know this is not something I've done for 15 years. Not perfect, gonna make a mistake. But if I do, I'll tell you I made a mistake. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, well, you're the king of the yellow card. I don't think in 16 years of calling volleyball, I've never seen a yellow card ever. Your first 2 matches that you call, the yellow card comes out before the first ball is hit.
But not out of my pocket. You're right.
You're over the stickler of the lineup.
You're crazy. It's insane, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've told everybody when I started at Boyd as athletic director and our volleyball team played, I didn't know a lot about volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you're supposed to hit it across the net. I mean,
I've
been in sports. I've been in sports. Yeah. You know, I knew that part. But it just wasn't something that interested me a lot, you know. And of course, being the game administrator at all the home games, I saw a lot of volleyball.
Yeah.
And you know, over the course of the, you know, first 2 or 3 years, especially you know as the program grew, you know, there were several years where we had some really good athletes on the girls volleyball side. You know, you talk about Chris Chisholm, Meon Durka, you know, all of them. They could play some volleyball.
Leah
Audrey, yeah, they could play some volleyball, and it became something that I became interested in. You know, it was fun watching now, and then now as I'm doing this referee and stuff, you know, Warren County, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. They're fun to watch,
Yep.
And that's impressive. Even Wilson Central, they had some pretty good athletes over there on that side too. And so that's a lot of fun to see good quality volleyball. The middle school.
Yeah.
The one girl,
Ellie Dixon.
She's a hammer. that girl's she's gonna. Every time I see her hit, I am just waiting for that moment. What's
Sterling?
Scott Sterling. She's going to put one right here on somebody's forehead one of these days because she hits the ball so hard.
That actually happened in warm-ups of your very first match. I don't know if you noticed it or not. I think you were in the middle of administration over there. Some girl from Cannon County got absolutely just drilled in the head, like right in the nose and the head. And I think it was Sloan Youngblood hit her. And I was up in the stands watching. I was like, "Oh no!" And I think they had to take her to the bathroom, and they might have changed their lineup and everything. I think that girl was supposed to start.
I know. We had one the middle school game, Warren County Middle when they're playing Avery Trace, and girl goes up and smacks it.
Yeah.
And the line judges we're talking about just kind of does this number right here, and he goes, "I don't know if it was in or out." I'm like, "Oh, it's in."
The line judge ducked it. Wow.
So I mean, she's got some power in that, and that's what I'm saying. That's with the part of refereeing, it's you know I get the best view in the house of watching really good volleyball.
Yeah.
And I think for me that's the fun part of it, and it's something you know sports is really my passion. And whether it's volleyball or basketball or football or flag football, doesn't matter. It's something that I enjoy doing, and it's again, I've retired. Mm-hmm. This isn't a job. Refereeing isn't a job. It's fun.
Yeah. Again, too. I mean, obviously, basketball season probably going to be pretty busy. You know, you kind of got into you have done this before. You've been an umpire before. Is there anything that are you going to try to do it in the spring a little bit when it comes to? I mean, I know it's flag.
It'd be really hard with flag football
because you called like college baseball and softball.
The softball, yeah. But for baseball, I've called around baseball and softball here.
Yeah.
I called TSSAA for a year, but it's in a time where, especially now with flag football, it's almost impossible. Volleyball is happening right now. Basketball is only open gyms and shooting and stuff like that, conditioning. I can schedule all that stuff around when umpiring or refereeing. So that is easy to do at this period of time, and volleyball is really the only sport that I can do that in right now.
Maybe you can get into some summer. You can call some summer.
Maybe
some of those Saturday tournaments.
Maybe do some of that. Because they have travel volleyball too. So
you can do not even that. You can call any sport in the summer. By the summer you can call everyone because everybody's playing every sport.
Yeah. Problem is with that is I'm usually coaching.
Do it on Saturdays. We don't usually play on Saturdays. Oh, that's right. You're coaching that. Yeah, we do play basketball.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. But we don't play every weekend. Like.
Yeah. I mean,
so there's opportunities. Yeah.
At some point too. Yeah.
Be fun.
You got a good system of coaches now. You could just kind of.
That is true. That is true. They nailed it this year.
Hey, Nate, you got this one.
Jeff, you got this one.
I wouldn't rely on that one. I've been retiring for 5 years.
And it hasn't worked yet.
From the moment I walked in, I was like, I think this is going to be my last year. It's like, you just started.
yeah, last week.
Yeah, I think this is it. I don't think I'm going to do this very much longer. I will. The last thing I was going to ask, because I think this is something that you probably get asked a ton now that you're, even now more now that you're out in public with the referee and everything, is you've been on a journey. You've been on a health journey, man.
Yeah.
And I think people have noticed this. And of course, you said you've been going to the gym a lot. But what really spurred it on? Because you were telling me the other day your weight's down, your muscles up, you're feeling 25 again.
Well, I wouldn't go that low, but it's close. I mean,
a couple years ago, you used to be with me at Waffle House, man. We were getting the Philly cheesesteak and a waffle, and all. Now all of a sudden, I feel like if I went back over to Waffle House, I'd be like, Tim's not gonna get the double waffle with me.
I'm just glad you didn't pull up a picture and throw it on there about 3 years ago. As a completely different guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know there was. I think some of that was spurred on by got some health news and had to change some lifestyle.
Well, so it kind of started, when you're in the military, and you spend 22 years in the military, and them saying, okay, you've got to have a dental exam every 6 months. You've got to have a physical every year. You've got a physical fitness test twice a year. You've got to go get your health checkup for that. You got to do this. They're dictating every move you make, health-wise, and pretty much everything else. And so you go from that for 22 years to getting out. It's kind of like I said when I first got out and I first retired from the Navy, was, I'm going to grow my hair long. I'm going to have a big old beard. I'm going to look like Duck Dynasty type stuff. And so I tried that for about a week or two, and I was like, sitting here scratching. I'm like, this ain't for me. Yeah. And so I couldn't do it. So the haircut you see now, the face you see now, that's exactly the way it was when I was in the military, because that's just what I've become accustomed to. That's what I'm used to. Well, the one thing that I did get out of was, the first 6, maybe 7 years, I didn't go to the doctor for nothing. Yeah. I was like, I feel fine. Why do I need to go to the doctor? And so, over the course of that, seeing a lot of health problems out of family, family of a lot of friends, over the course of that period of time, I had to deal with the loss of my mom, had to deal with the loss of Susan's mom and dad, all that over the course of a small period of time for us. And so with that, I did know that my dad passed away in 2000, and he was type 2 diabetic, died of a heart attack. My mom, type 2 diabetic, had a stroke. Susan's dad, stroke. And so I was like, you know what? My mom had a stroke because when she went to the doctor after she had the stroke, they told her blood sugar was like plus 500, 600. Yeah. And so I was like, if she'd have known that, she could have prevented that. Or could she have prevented that?
And she had an idea of trying. She could have at least had an idea
before that. But she was stubborn. Dad's stubborn. I was stubborn. And I'm like, I feel fine. I'm not.
You were stubborn?
Yeah. Why would I go and do this? Yeah. And so at that point, I was like, you know what? I was like, I may not be able to do a whole lot about when my time is over, but until then, I can. Yeah. I said, I don't want to find out after I've had a heart attack or after I've had a stroke that something was wrong. I was like, let me find out before, so that I at least have a chance to correct it or do something about it, or at least attempt to. And so at that point in time, I went to the doctor, made an appointment, had blood work done, had all that stuff done. Come to find out, my A1C was right around the 7 diabetic range, and I was like, well, imagine that. Mom had it, Dad had it. My brother, my oldest brother don't have it. My sister don't have it, and my other brother don't have it. Yeah.
hey, lucky you.
Chances are,
Yeah.
one of us is going to have it.
Yeah.
And so I found that out, and then I started making some changes, to what I was eating, how I was eating, working out, exercising, and I've told people, and I've joked about it, is that there's certain things I've quit doing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you probably know, but I've got a pilot's license.
Yeah.
I can fly airplanes.
Yeah, I know.
But do I do that anymore? You hear me doing that anymore?
No, yeah.
Well, there's certain things, I'm not going to jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Mm-hmm.
There's, a lot of the things that could cause me to lose years off my life.
Yeah.
I don't do them anymore.
Yeah. Except for coach. That just make you lose hair.
There's that. But
I love the fact that the moment you said that. Oh.
Yeah. but it's those things that kind of the change I made. And I joke with my doctor about that, and say, hey, my number one goal is to try to live as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Live as long as I can, for my wife, for my family, even for the girls, for everybody that depends on me in one way or another, is to give and provide as much as I can for them, and as much time and effort as I can for them, and energy. If I let my health decline, then I'm not only letting myself down, but I'm letting all them down as well. So that's a lot of the big reasons why I've made the change. But yeah, about 75 pounds and wearing, had to get a different wardrobe, and
you got all that.
And all that.
Now all of a sudden, you're lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doubling up. You're setting new PRs in the gym and everything.
Yeah.
My dad tells me all the things. So Tim's here all the time.
Yeah.
I know what he's
see
saying.
him every morning.
And you say him, and you do the same thing.
Yeah.
I see your dad out here all the time. I get it, guys. I get what y'all are trying to say. I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Y'all enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's
I'm
just
a growing boy. I need my sleep.
Well, it is recovery,
Yeah, it is.
You do need that. But yeah, it's just everything now, and I joke with him about saying, hey, you tell me what I need to do to live a little longer.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, I'll put my energy in it. And a lot of the things, and of course my doctor knows who he is, and I credit most of the time that when I talk to people is I've said, that person changed the trajectory, I think, of my life and where I was headed as far as health wise. And I think sometimes doctors get a bad rap at times, for not doing or doing something, that somebody don't agree with. But in my case, I think it changed the trajectory on where I was going.
He's a good guy.
And I can't thank him enough for that. But yeah, and we joked also, as well as, I did retire from the Navy. You know what happens when you retire from the Navy, right?
What's up?
You get a pension.
Yeah.
Right. When you get that pension quits when you're no longer living.
Yeah. Man, you're over there. Look at you in the system.
I'm trying.
We're trying to get out cheap.
I am trying to get Uncle Sam and that pension to last as long as I possibly can.
Man, we were going to get out cheap.
Yeah, no, we're going to change that.
The American taxpayer.
If I can, I retired at 41 from the Navy. And so if I can make them pay that for about, I don't know, 60 years.
That'd be awesome.
Tim
pays at 101, nice. Man.
That's my goal.
Yeah,
just make it past 100.
No chance. I'm talking about for me. Good luck. I mean, you might have a chance.
It's not going to be because I didn't try. I can tell you that.
Tell me how it goes. Folks, again, too, appreciate it. Tim, thanks so much for coming in and talking a little bit more about Boyd athletics and just everything that's going on with you. I'm sure we'll have some more. We'll have to start bringing some of the kids in and the other coaches, Emily and everything.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea, especially some of the newer ones. I know Haley would love it.
Haley'd be great, yeah.
Yeah, she'd be good with it, and Emily as well.
Yeah, we're bringing it in. So again, too, we're gonna end it today. But again, thank y'all so much on the Simmons Says Show. Thank you to Mud Bums, our presenting sponsor, 507-2867. They are open now. If you want to go over there and enjoy the lunch specials, or go over there tonight and get the half price drinks, the half price half price drinks, half price the appetizers. and also specials on boneless wings. So again, too, we will be back on the Simmons Says Show on Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Be on the lookout for another show that will be airing here on the Warren County Way at 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday. We'll put out a little bit more on that this afternoon, and also the Sports Authority will be at 5 p.m. tomorrow night. So that was where you'll see me next. Actually, you can hear me next tonight, where we will be at the Warren County Middle School football game as the Pioneers try to go 4-0. And also you can check out Back It Up Terry, who will have Jackie Matheny Jr., Sheriff Jackie Matheny Jr., guy you know pretty well, on the show tonight at the Back It Up Terry in the Studio 605. So a lot of different things that we got going on here, a lot of different ways you can check out all the different things that we're doing on the Warren County Way and the Warren County Sports Authority. I hope everybody enjoys it. You can go back and read about those games between Boyd and Cannon County on the Warren County Way right now. See all the pictures from the action. I am Jeff Simmons. Thanks, Tim Page.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back on Thursday.
All right.
But I damn sure like to be. Well, I got problems, and you know they ain't my fault. Yeah, the stars are aligned against me, boy.